Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
MHC isn't new, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered. Specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can also handle your commercial moves as well. There's never fees on trucks, stairs, elevators, long carry, and last-minute booking, and no trip or fuel charges. Also no upcharge on weekends, and they do offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio. Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio. This is Choppin' It Up with Chubb, the soulful way. Introducing you to some of the best local restaurants across Lincoln. Here's your host, Chef Manuel Chubb Hurd.
What's happening, diggets and diggetees? Welcome to Chopping It Up with Chubb on 93.7 The Ticket. Text in the show at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, 402-464-5685. And you can catch us on X, Facebook, YouTube, and Allo Cable Channel 961. Can you guys hear okay?
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
You sound good.
There we go. Maybe it's I cannot hear nothing. Hold on, folks. 1 second. Pardon me. Hello? Yeah, I still can't hear over here. I can't hear nothing. But anyway, we're gonna get into it. We have our co-host, Miss Tina Hurd, in the house.
Hello.
And we got a very special guest, president of Visionary Youth, Mr. Lawrence Chatters. Lawrence, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing wonderful. It's good to be on the show. And man, thank you for the opportunity to come on today and talk a little bit more about Visionary Youth.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to start by saying I met you, it was about 10 and a half years ago, I think it was, through my daughter, Ariel.
Yes.
You had a energy drink out.
Yep.
Correct?
Yep, that's right.
Now, whatever happened with that?
So the energy drink you're referencing is a rich energy drink. And so, I mean, that's a story in and of itself. But first and foremost, I'll tell you that Ariel used to work for me at Rich Bar and Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but we were in the process of promoting this energy drink that we brought over to the United States from Croatia, and we created an American version of it. The original rich energy drink, actually, that company was sold by the Croatian owner of that company to a billionaire in the UK. That in and of itself is a whole story. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so if for the people who are listening, you can look up Rich Energy Drink online and look up the story of what happened with Rich Energy Drink, because it kind of went on to become this kind of almost like a cult following within the F1 racing space, Rich Energy Drink, because they sponsored a F1 racing car.
Okay.
And then it just disappeared. And so when that company was sold to the billionaire in the UK, we lost our rights here in the United States to be able to sell it and distribute it, because he bought all the rights to that energy drink.
Got it.
So, but that was the namesake behind Rich Bar and Lounge. And so, of course, after we lost the rights to distribute it, we changed the name to 1640 Event Center. But Ariel was a part of the staff at the Rich Bar and Lounge, and then she also helped us. She was a part of our street team for the energy drink as well. And she's an amazing person. I know you're about to be a grandfather again. Is that right?
Anytime
now, right? So Congratulations to her.
Thank you.
And her husband. And, just really excited to be here on your show today.
Well, I appreciate it, man. And then if I remember correct, just a couple blocks up the street, you had the lounge, Rich Lounge, right?
Yes. So Rich Bar and Lounge was up the street here on, it would have been about 17th and O. And then I also owned another bar at that time, Main Street Cafe, which is right here between 13th and 14th on O Street. And so, I owned a couple of bars. That's how we first met. And I remember back then meeting you, just, you being a cool dude coming out here from California, maybe, right?
Yep.
So Cali transfer out here to Nebraska. And I was just like, why? Why do you come out here from California? And you're like, I like the vibe out here. I want to come out here and start doing some cooking.
Yep.
And now you have your restaurant, and I've had a chance to taste your talents. And let me tell you, folks, I hope you've been there. I hope you've been to the Soulful Cocina, because Cocina, sorry, I get it right. Like, help me get my pronunciation right. The Soulful Cocina, it is absolutely amazing. The food is amazing. And so I'm just happy to be here with you today, and just tell people a little bit about our history.
Well, yeah, man. And I want to say thank you. What was it, 2 weeks ago? As I was coming in, you was going out. You had a gentleman. He introduced himself, and I forgot who it was. So you got to forgive me.
Jamie Williams is his name.
Noticed you guys. I'm always looking at the cameras in my restaurant, man.
Yes.
And I seen you guys sitting there eating, man. So I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in.
Listen, we were so happy to go eat some good soul food after our conversation. So he was on my show, and I'm almost going to make it a thing now if I have someone on my show and we have the opportunity, because it's a pretty in-depth opportunity to talk with someone for a couple of hours, but we're going to try to go there and eat afterwards. And so keep bringing you business. What I will tell you, and this is kind of upsetting. I don't want to bring this into the space, but you were out of greens.
Wesby, man, it is a trip.
Right?
It is a trip, and it's a good thing, but then it's a bad thing. Because we make a lot and we sell out, but then I also hate having to tell somebody we're out of something.
I know. But at the same time, though, you also don't want to have extra. I understand the balance of cars.
Because everything is made fresh daily.
Yes.
You just don't know how much is going to go. And you don't even know what, some days it'll be greens and the corn won't be touched.
That's right.
The next day it'll be the corn and the
greens will be touched.
Yes.
So you just never know.
But anyways, it was just funny because, I'm on this unique diet where I don't really eat a lot of carbs at all. I don't eat any carbs if I don't have to. And so I was all into those green beans. I was all into the ribs, and I was wanting some greens because those were one of the other things that I could eat on the menu. But I think I got a hot link and some ribs, and it was just amazing. So thank you.
Before we get into what I wanted to talk about, man, I just want to say, whatever you're drinking or the vitamins you're taking, I need some, because you have your hands in a little bit of everything. You said that you own bars. I didn't know you own the bars.
Yes.
Or whatever. But then, I'm seeing that you worked here at the university, and then you went somewhere else. I do at the university, right? Still at the university?
Yeah. So actually, no, I worked at the university about 3 or 4 months ago, and just kind of a little bit of my journey from there. So while I was owning those bars, I was also finishing up my PhD in counseling psychology. And so I finished up my PhD. I went to Penn State to do a postdoctoral fellowship. I ended up coming back here, took a job as a vice president for student affairs at a university in Fremont. Then I came to the university to work in the athletic department as an executive there. And then from there, I went to the chancellor's office here at Nebraska. And then I just recently transitioned into working for a nonprofit organization out of DC called the Thurgood Marshall College Fund. They provide scholarships for students to attend historically Black colleges and universities.
Okay.
And so, yes, I do. In fact, I did have my hands in a lot of stuff back then. And then I graduated with my PhD, and I kind of jumped into the professional world where, instead of, as you know, in the business world, being a business owner, you pay your own bills and you have to pay your own paychecks, and you get to sign other people's paychecks to someone finally signing mine. So that's where I'm at now in my life. And but still try to do a lot of community stuff and connect with people in the community, and really continue to serve.
Well, we're gonna get on to this function that's going on tomorrow, man, and it's a big thing, and I'm so glad that you guys asked me to be a part of it. This is our second year. I know about 5 years ago, KB asked me to be in it, and I wasn't able to do it. It was in California or something.
Yes.
But last year I told him, man, please ask me to come back every year, because it just to see the joy on kids' face, seeing the families come over, and just what you guys put on. You guys had bands, you had rock climbing, you had bouncers, you had it was just everything, man. So I'm gonna let you just take the floor, tell everybody all about it, what it means, what you guys are doing, and let everybody hear that.
No, I truly appreciate the platform and the opportunity to talk more about Visionary Youth. Visionary Youth is a nonprofit organization that was established in 2019 by KB Mensa and myself. We established Visionary Youth because KB, and the way he grew up, he experienced some pretty significant challenges, and he always had support from the community. And so we wanted to, honestly, because KB and I, we've known each other for the last 20 years. We used to throw parties. We were promoters. We put a lot of functions together and stuff like that. And we wanted to give back to the community that had given to us by coming to our events, by coming to my businesses and everything else. And so we started this nonprofit organization, and it all started with this concept of a back to school free haircut and backpack event. And if you all can think about going to school and you're out there listening for the first time, you go back to school, and first of all, it's a fashion show, right? Everybody's looking to see who has the newest fashion.
Yeah.
It's just an appearance show too, because everybody is, coming in nicely groomed. They've gotten their hair, whether it be, flat top, high top fade or some braids or whatever, you're coming back looking clean. But if you don't have money, this is the time at which you feel different from everyone, right? Because you're coming back, you're wearing the same shoes you've been wearing all summer,
correct?
That you threw in the washer, and you're trying to clean up. You got the same backpack from last year. You don't have the stuff that they've asked you to bring from a school perspective. You don't have anything new. So this is a big distinguisher for our kids. They come back to school and they automatically feel, somewhat inadequate because of their appearance. And so KB and I, we really started Visionary Youth with this idea that not only were we going to support these students with, from an appearance perspective, give them a free haircut, but we also wanted to give them the supplies that they needed to go back to school to feel like they had everything that everyone else had. And so that's what Visionary Youth started with. And they started with this back to school haircut and backpack event about 13 years ago. And it started out really small. So it was at the Malone Center. When they first started doing it, it was a few barbers, and it just kind of grew over the years. And so that's really our signature event that we do on a yearly basis. But there's more that comes with Visionary Youth now as an organization. So we've grown it. So we started with that event. Then we started a turkey giveaway around the Thanksgiving time frame, right? And you all being in the cooking industry, you understand how important food is and how it brings us together.
Yes.
And how food is also another one of those places where if you don't have any money, it's a distinguishing time when you don't have enough to put on the table at those holidays, that it makes you feel self-conscious, right?
Yeah.
And so what we do, and what we've done in partnership with people from across the Lincoln area, is we give out about 900 to 1,200 free turkeys every year.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And all the fixings that it takes to make a nice Thanksgiving meal. So some green beans, some cornbread, anything that you need. We put it in a bag, and we have folks come through and pick that up. And it is something that they get for absolutely free. And we do that. This last year was another opportunity for us to do that. This is our 4th year doing that. And so that's another event we do. And then we also have a toy giveaway every year. So our whole platform at Visionary Youth is helping children and families live up to their full potential. And the toy event is just amazing because parents get to come in. Again, the holidays, another one of those times where, if you have, great. If you don't have, you feel, somewhat like challenged. And so we allow them to come in, shop for the kids, pick up some toys. This last year, we partnered with the Center for People, but we've done this holiday toy giveaway in partnership with Toys for Tots as well, where we give away toys. And so that's the 3rd event that we do. So the back to school haircut and backpack event. We also do the Thanksgiving turkey giveaway. We have a toy giveaway every year. And then we just started a new program about 3 years ago that is really dynamic. And you're really going to love this. The one challenging part I'll say, though, is that it is also focusing in on, haircuts. And you all, if you're listening on the radio, I'm looking at a gentleman here that doesn't have much hair on top of his head, but he has an amazing beard. So this is another one of these really important things, right? So we like to keep ourselves looking good, and a great haircut can help with that. What we thought was also something that comes with a great haircut is the support of your barber or your salon, your stylist, and what they provide to you from a mental health perspective, right? So, when you sit down with that person and they're doing your hair, you feel like they're also listening to your problems in most cases, right? And we know in community, the Black community, the Latino community, a lot of these different communities of cultural background, the barbershop is a cultural center, right? It's where a lot of people learn about what it means to be a part of that culture. And so what we've done is we've taken that cultural component, and we bought a 35-foot bus, used to be essentially like a party bus, and we retrofitted it and turned it into a barbershop.
Oh, that's cool.
Barbershop and kind of counseling too, right?
Exactly. So it's called the Mind Mobile, and MIND stands for mentoring in new dimensions. So the new dimensions of mentoring are that you get mentorship as you're being, essentially getting your hair done.
Yeah.
So the barbers are trained mentors, And then after they provide that mentorship, we have a 10-week program that these students go through. After they provide the mentorship in that first 45 minutes, the second 45 minutes, a mental health professional comes in and provides them with some counseling. And so what we've done is we've taken that cultural space and turned it into a therapeutic space as well. And so it's just been absolutely amazing. We've had some great results. The research that we've done through assessments of these young people has been very positive and actually significant, that they grow in an understanding of themselves. They increase in their self-esteem, their self-efficacy. I mean, it has just been amazing to see what happens when you have these relationships and you get the opportunity to truly, work with young people in such an intentional and meaningful way. So that's the other thing that we do within Visionary Youth. So that's just a quick description of the overall organization and what we've been doing formally as a nonprofit organization since 2019.
Well, man, I want to thank you for what you guys do. I'm not going to sit here and say my parents were poor, and I'm not going to sit here and say they was rich. They did what they could with what they had.
Yes.
So I was those kids, we had new clothes, but I didn't get to show up in the Sergio Valentes or the Jordache or
right.
the Capri, is that what you call them jackets? Remember, they used to have the little collars right here and buttons and all that.
Members only?
Members only.
Yes, sir.
That's what it was. And we had the tracks from Kmart.
Okay.
Our friends showed up, and we had new shoes, but people still made fun of us.
Always.
And just what you guys do, man, is just awesome, and I'm glad to be a part of it. And what blew my mind was when I had to get some water, I went into the barber shop.
Yes.
And and then KB took me. I believe it was upstairs. There was downstairs, and there was so many barbers, but they was cutting hair at a fast pace, but they was doing a great job.
Absolutely.
And like I remember Nate told me he cut so many head. Bert. Nate Corey Burks.
Yeah.
They told me they cut so many hairs and heads in like so many hours or whatever. And I was like, man, like how you guys do it? But they're doing dope job. Like they're fading and everything.
Yeah.
And it's getting done correct and in a timely manner. That way you guys can get all the kids in.
Yeah. So it's absolutely amazing to see, folks. If you could stop by. I mean, it's open to the community. It's open to the public. But we're talking numbers like over 900 haircuts in a 5-hour period. So I want you to just think about that. Math. It's crazy. It's a lot of hard work. And we're so thankful to all of the barbers and stylists who volunteer their time to do this. And it's likely, one of the best things that they get the chance to do over the course of the year, because they're with their peers and they're doing service all in one space. And they're really setting these kids up for success, and again, you think about just all those challenges that come up with going back to school and not feeling like, you're like everybody else. And we are trying to take those barriers down for these students. And it's a big family fest. And so there's food, there's resources there. Like you said, we have bands, we have dance teams that'll be out there, and this will happen tomorrow. And it's always an amazing opportunity.
So where is this at?
So it's at 11th and M. The College of Hair Design is there. The road will be closed off. So it's on 11th and M Street right here in downtown Lincoln. And it is, usually we'll have about anywhere between 2,500 to 3,000 people pass through the area. And so while some of the kids are getting their hair cut and different things like that, whether it's braids or whatever the case might be, the other kids can be out in the street, and we have like a street festival, and we'll have free food. Everything is free. So it's just an amazing opportunity.
Well, I'm going to have you hold that thought, man. We're going to pay some bills, and we'll be back after these messages.
Sounds good.
MHC isn't new, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered. Specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can also handle your commercial moves as well. There's never fees on trucks, stairs, elevators, long carry, and last-minute booking, and no trip or fuel charges. Also no upcharge on weekends, and they do offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left at once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2. Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing a family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta-Bush with Woods Rose Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text or call me at 402-525-0843. That's 402-525-0843.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Hopefully you and I agree that you should do everything you can to save your marriage. Divorce is hard, expensive, and its outcome is usually not all you hope for. However, when doing everything has failed, when divorce remains as your last option, consider Cordell & Cordell as your first choice to help you through the divorce process to a better place on the other side. We've been a partner men can count on for more than 30 years. Let us be that partner for you.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Lincoln area attorneys, a partner men can count on. 402-858-3220. That's 402-858-3220. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Office in downtown Lincoln. 1221 N Street, Suite 801, Lincoln, Nebraska 68508.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
Back to Chopping It Up with Chubb, the soulful way, with your host, Chef Manuel Chubb Hurd, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Chopping It Up with Chubb, the soulful way, on 93.7 The Ticket. Text in the show at Starter Heyman text line at 402-464-5685 and catch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X and Allo Cable Channel 961. Lawrence, before we went to break, we was talking about the event and where it was at, man. So can you give us another, if you could run that down again? Where it's
absolutely. So for everyone listening, it's at 11th and M. This is our Visionary Youth in partnership with the Malone Community Center. We're having our back to school free haircut and backpack event. That means that the young people that come out there and their families that need it will be able to get in line and basically get a free haircut and a free backpack full of the supplies that are appropriate to the grade that that young person is in. We'll also have some other unique things that we give to all of our young people. So socks and underwear, some of the more essential things that sometimes we forget about, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's great to have a new pair of shoes. It's even better to have a fresh pair of socks, right?
Dude, I got to have fresh socks, man. If my white just gets a little inkling of gray, they're done. I got to get more white.
Seriously, right? So it's really nice that we can give our young people those things as well and just help families out with some of those essentials. And so yeah, 11th and M, College of Hair Design. That's where we'll be having it. So it kicks off at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it'll run until about 3 o'clock tomorrow. And so
for you folks that do show up early, and correct me if I'm wrong, Lawrence, but last year I showed up and they had the street blocked off, but they only had workers setting up stuff. But right by, I guess, the college, they had a line.
There's a line
that was wrapped around the building. So is that where they want to get in line first, right? They just don't want to hang out in the streets.
That's right. Just get in line right away. We'll be coming through and making sure that we give some tickets and numbers to people who are in line so that, people want to keep their spot, which is totally understandable. But yeah, I mean, one of the challenging aspects of what we do on a yearly basis is seeing the demand continue to grow every single year. It's like more and more people need that support or want that support. And that's good. I mean, we're excited to see more people utilize the service, but it also means that there's a lot of folks out there who can't necessarily afford to get that haircut, right? And it's just a great thing to have. And the other thing that we've started doing, which I think has been a great addition, is if you're not able to get your haircut that day and you just need to stop by and pick up a backpack for your kids, we have a separate line for that. And so you can get a hair voucher, and then you can use that hair voucher at a later time to come back to the College of Hair Design and get a free haircut.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
We've tried to adapt,
Yeah, that's what's up, man. You and KB definitely have a seat in heaven already waiting for you, man. Doing all this stuff, man. So that's a good thing. Now, if people want to help, can they make donations and all that throughout the year?
Absolutely. Okay. So if you go to visionaryyouth.org online, we have a absolutely beautiful website that KB actually designed. And there are spaces on there where people can give. And we accept time, talents, and treasures. Okay. So if you can give us time as a volunteer, that's amazing. If your talents can help us out, like you could show up to an event and like you all do, come out and cook and help us in that way, you're sharing your talent with us. And then the treasure part is if you so happen to, and you're able to, if you could give some funding to us, we make sure that the resources that you share with us we make sure that those get to the people who need those things the most.
Yeah. And, being in the, and I don't know if you ever listen to my show or not, but I share this all the time. Being in the industry that I'm in, you would think that people don't want to help each other because they're in the same business or whatever. And it's quite opposite.
Yeah.
We're all helping each other, man. So I say that to say this is you see all these barbers. It's not only the college,
right?
You see different barbers from different barbershops come in,
which is so cool to see.
And they're coming in to help a gentleman who owns a barbershop. You know what I mean? So they can be like, nah, I'm helping you out. You're my competitor, but it's not competition. It's collaboration.
That's right.
And that's a good thing. That's what's good to see, man, is everybody just coming together.
Absolutely.
For one purpose, man, and a good purpose.
Absolutely. And, one of the things that I've experienced over the years is just how special it is to, like you said, have people reach across the lines of the different businesses in Lincoln. And we even have some folks come down from Omaha as well, as far as barbers and stylists are concerned, just to be together. Yeah, just to be together and to be focused in on the service. And so usually in the morning, we'll get everyone together. Not only do we just level set and help people understand what the overall objective is, but we pray and we just kind of, we talk about, the importance of us being able to serve together in that moment and share those talents and their time with the people who are coming through. And we always set the standard that we are honored to serve the people who are coming to get that service. We're honored to serve them. That is a blessing for us to be able to serve them. And so we always center the mindset of the people who come to our events with that same concept that we are honored to serve. We are humbled to serve them. And we're grateful to have that opportunity. And it really kind of takes the stress away from a lot of the people who are participating in there, because it can be really stressful, to have lots and lots of people, around, and there's a lot of children and there's a lot of crying and, it's chaos. Absolutely. But what we try to do is just set everybody's mind at ease that, you're here doing something amazing. You're doing great things. Just feel the power and the presence of this service that you're doing and enjoy it.
How many?
Go ahead, babe. Go ahead.
How many barbers volunteer? Usually?
I believe usually anywhere between 60 to 75.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's how we get 900 heads, cut and styled and everything over the course of that time frame.
Okay, now I didn't know that. I mean, you said earlier that you guys do braids and all that too.
Yeah.
So how do they get braids done in that time?
So it's kind of some limited stuff, that they can do with that. I mean, they might be able to do like a bit of a shape up and, maybe a clean up, and maybe they can wash some of the girls' hair and just style it right for the first day of school and different things like that. But there's a range of things, but those things take a little bit longer, but sometimes they're able to, if somebody has like some French braids in or something like that, maybe unbraid them, wash the hair, and then rebraid, something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, what time are you guys meeting up tomorrow? Just go over everything and do the prayer.
We will be there very early in the morning. So probably around, I think that'll probably take place somewhere closer to like 9:45.
Then we should be there, because I told KB I'll show up about 8:30 or 9.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, we're back again. We're going to be cooking the food, and I believe we're partnering up with Charles from Mary Ellen's. I think Mary Ellen's is coming out.
Yes.
I know KB said that I didn't have to bring my grill or anything, that Charles was. So I don't want to say nothing, but last year Charles showed up and had some ribs to surprise everybody with ribs. So I don't know if that's the case this year. I'm not going to say that.
Listen, I'm hoping that he shows up with ribs, because I'll tell you what, I went home with a few of those ribs last year.
So did I.
Was the hero,
Yeah. So did I. Like I said, he showed up, man, and there was more ribs than the law allowed. So
there was.
So big shout out to Charles for that, man. And
yes,
again, you guys, you guys are partnering with the Malone Center as well, right?
Absolutely. We're partnering with the Malone Center, and that's always been, great to have the collaboration of two organizations that are really trying to do, special things here in the community. And the Malone Center right now, if you haven't seen on Antelope Parkway and Vine Street, the Malone Center is rising out of the ground. I mean,
getting a new makeover.
It's just absolutely
brand new makeover. So
absolutely amazing to see that building. And
now, when's that going to be up?
I think a bird told me sometime around April or May of 2026.
Okay.
Yeah. And
that's
so
going to be a bad place, man, when it's up and running.
It's just, I mean, I don't think people understand just how amazing that is, that whole building has been rebuilt. And shout out to John Goodwin, the executive director, CEO over there, and all the great work that they're doing in the community. And they haven't stopped that work since they were displaced, by the way. They're just relocated in different places across the community and continue to do that great work.
Yeah, well, John and Mike, if you guys got your ears on, next year in April, if it opens up, you guys have a big function. I got a good caterer for you, man. Give me a call.
I know a guy too.
Yeah, man. So that's a good thing. So I would like to team up with you guys, like for Thanksgiving. If you guys need help, please reach out to me, man. I think you have my number. If not, I'll give it to you, but you can get me on Facebook. I mean, I'm gonna see you in here all the time anyway now.
Absolutely.
So, for my listeners, you could check out, he's on right before me. So as Lawrence comes out the door, I'm coming in the door, and his is called the
Law of Lift.
The Law of Lift.
Yeah.
Now she was looking at that and she's all, what's that mean? Like weightlifting? And I was like, I doubt it, but what is your show?
Yeah. So first of all, I really appreciate the opportunity to talk a little about it on your show. But the Law of Lift is really this physics concept of the fact that, if you get moving fast enough, you'll lift up. And so it's about inspiration. It's about motivation. It's about how people over the course of their life have overcome adversity and found themselves lifting to a different space, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we all go through challenging things. We all have challenging things that happen in our life, but somehow we put one foot in front of the other. We get up the next day, we keep fighting, and we find ourselves lifting out of that space, whether that's a depression, whether that's, grief, these different types of things. And so, the Law of Lift is telling people stories of how they've overcome those adversities and trying to lift others in the community. So it's like this comprehensive lift of hearing that, sharing stories with people, and then lifting up. And so it's really a physics concept, but it's how planes fly, right? It gets going fast enough, and then all of a sudden you've got this 240,000 pound deal that's rising up into the sky. And so I see the human condition as the same way. We find ourselves sometimes grounded, but you put one foot in front of the other, you move fast enough, and you have enough people surrounding you as your faith is a part of that as well. You lift up, right? And so
that's the key is you got to keep putting one foot forward, because if you don't, you'll just be caught in that slump.
That's right.
And I believe in mental health and depression and all that. And that's not something, that's something that's within you.
Yes.
But it shouldn't be something that holds you down.
That's right.
It doesn't define you.
It doesn't define you, you know.
Yes.
You can make differences and stuff, and you know, you can change. It just takes time. You just gotta learn the ways.
Yes, it takes consistency and discipline, and you know, honestly reshaping your thinking and being able to think more positively. And so, you know, as a person who is a counseling psychologist, I really enjoy talking to my guests about how they've been able to do that, how they've overcome adversity. And I think them sharing their journey and just me talking them through that, you know, on my show, I think it inspires other people. And so, you know, I encourage people, if you get the chance, you know, on a Saturday between 12 and 2, it's a 2-hour show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so, you know, it's the Law of Lift, and it's lots of great stories so far.
Well, maybe
Awesome.
just, so I'm in the works right now of putting together a show, and I got about 5 guests lined up, and we want to do just mental health in the restaurant field.
Wow.
Because this
It takes
this
a toll.
game is brutal.
Wow.
Takes a
It's
toll.
brutal, man. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I said, like, I just got it, because it's just life in the restaurant. It beats me up, man. It beats me up. So we wanted to have a show, so maybe we could do a 3-hour segment. We could be on yours, talk about it, and then come, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
onto ours and stuff. But yeah, so we got a couple people that want to do it, and it just so happened that my buddy brought that up.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And I was like, man, you know, that would be, because we all share stories.
Yes.
We're all going through the same thing. And it's like mental health is in there somewhere, whether it be depression, anxiety,
Right.
all kinds of stuff. All of us have a little bit of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
believe.
And that's one thing that I want to point out too, is that it's normal to go through these challenges and these ups and downs. And, you know, the challenging part about, of course, being a business owner and dealing with some of these challenges is that the business consistently demands the same thing from you, regardless of how you feel.
Exactly.
Right. You're always going to have a customer there that's not happy. You're always going to have something that's going wrong. You're always going to have some money to spend that you didn't know you were going to have to spend, and you don't have that money.
Exactly.
Right. All these things. And so I think that's an important part of the story to talk about, is just how demanding a restaurant or a business is. And I honestly think if you're a parent, you understand the restaurant industry, because a restaurant is just like a child that is unforgiving, ungrateful in many ways, because it just consistently drains you. And every now and then you get something back from it. You get the joy of somebody enjoying something, or perhaps you might make a few dollars here and there, but it's not glamorous.
Exactly. Well, I need you to hold that thought, man. All right, folks, we're going to return after these messages. We got some bills to pay, and we will see you in a few.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports, or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Make bill paying a breeze with Text to Pay. LES texts you 1 week before your bill's due date. Just reply to the text to pay. It's that easy. Log into your account at les.com to sign up today.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
When opportunity knocks, you don't want to miss the call. Hamilton Business Technologies makes communication easy and efficient using customized technology, all while putting people first. Whether you're working from the office, at home, or on the go, Hamilton Business Technologies equips your business with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
MHC isn't new, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can also handle your commercial moves as well. There's never fees on trucks, stairs, elevators, long carry, and last-minute booking, and no trip or fuel charges. Also no upcharge on weekends, and they do offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Back to Chopping It Up with Chubb, the soulful way. With your host, Chef Manuel Chubb Hurd on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Chopping It Up with Chubb, the soulful way on 93.7 The Ticket. Text in the show at Starter Heyman Jewelers text line at 402-464-5685 and catch us on Facebook, X, YouTube, and Allo Cable Channel 961. Our special guest, for those of you who are maybe just tuning in or coming back, you know, we have Dr. Lawrence Chatters with Visionary Youth.
Yes.
And there's a nice big function going on tomorrow. So if all of you guys can come out and just support and just come by and see what these guys are doing, because they're doing amazing things for the children, man. And
bring the
kids, bring the kiddos, and the kids are our future. So bring them out so you can experience this. And I'm gonna turn the mic back over to him and let him explain just a little bit more before we run out of time and how you guys can help these gentlemen.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you to both of you for allowing me the opportunity to come on the show today and talk about this, because, you know, what I want people to understand out there is that, you know, as we get back into this going back to school time frame of the year in August, and everybody's going back to school, there's some young people who don't necessarily look forward to going back to school because, again, you know, they've had challenging summers and their families don't necessarily have a lot, and they don't have a lot to use to send them back to school the way that other families have, you know, to send their kids back to school. But we've tried to at least create this intersection where that challenge meets opportunity. And so in that, through Visionary Youth and our partnership with the Malone Center, we offer these young people a free backpack that have all the different supplies that they'll need in it. And we also give them free haircut and hairstyle for them to go back to school. And this is our 13th year doing this. So this is the 13th annual. We're so excited that we have the opportunity and the support of the Lincoln community to do this work. And it's incredibly important. And so tomorrow at 11th and M Street, you'll be driving around downtown tomorrow in Lincoln, Nebraska. You'll likely see the road shut down there at 11th and M. We will be throwing ourselves into the service of these young people and their families and making sure that they go back to school feeling better. And, you know, if you feel better and you look better, you perform better.
Exactly. And not only do you get a free backpack, free school supplies, you said free socks, free haircut,
free socks,
you
free
get
underwear,
free food. And
free food,
who don't like free food? I mean, come on and come out. Now, I know last year you guys was also giving away shoes.
Yes. We were giving away shoe vouchers last year. And, you know, I'm not certain if we're going to be doing the shoe voucher this year.
Okay.
But we do have some other freebies that we'll be tossing into the backpacks. So
right on. So you guys come by and check that out.
10 to 3 tomorrow.
Yes.
10 to 3.
10 to 3.
It's going to be a very great thing, you guys. So come out and support. And Lawrence, we're about to run out of time, man. So why don't you run the breakdown again? Address,
Absolutely.
email, how they can get a hold of you guys, how they can donate, and just how they can help.
Who, what, where, why, and when. Here we go. Visionary Youth tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be doing our back to school free haircut and backpack event, 11th and M, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Feel free to come on down there. If you would like to come down and volunteer, you can just show up and let them know you're there to volunteer. We always need volunteers. And if you can share any of your time, talent, and treasures with Visionary Youth, visionaryyouth.org, we truly appreciate the support of the Lincoln community and surrounding areas. And we're just so blessed to be able to serve this community.
That's right. And you guys, I just want to end that on this note, man. I want you guys to go out there and love and help one another. And if you can't help, at least do no harm to each other. And make sure you come by the restaurant, Sofa Cuisine at 6105 Havelock Avenue. Again, at 6105 Havelock Avenue. And remember, here at Sofa Cuisine, food's so good, everybody feels the soul. You dig?
MHC isn't new, just a new name. Mo's Moving is now Mo's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered. Specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living.